Hello everyone, I'm Al from Valentyn.co and welcome to Solarix, a very interesting and unique horror survival sci-fi game. Now, it's unique in the sense that it's not like most horror survival games, which I absolutely despise, where it throws you and say, run around and survive until you get to the end of the level. No, Solarix actually feels quite a bit like System Shock, a few of Bioshock's little inherent word keys thrown in. It's a slow burning game, but it's not too long, about 5 to 6 hours depending on your playthrough style. But I mean slow burning, the fact that the plot slowly develops and goes on as you explore not only the areas, but look for clues around. Now you are guided, you wake up, what seems to be the sole survivor on an underground colony on a planet. Everyone else is dead from some strange, mysterious plague. And you can see some dude walking around in the back there. He's a berserker style robotic creation cyborg thing. And yeah, they're very dangerous. Now, the game does have combat, but you don't really want to use it. You usually want to use your pistol as a last resort or a great darkness where you can escape. Now, as the game starts, you're here in a little room being woken up. Very strange, eerie looking, where a little robot contacts you. Or not a really robot, artificial intelligence, saying you need to go and help. You need to help. But not only that, here and there is a very strange little woman who leaves little presents, like pistols here.
It's time to have some fun. Those guards are lethal, but they can't shoot what they can't see or hear. Darkness and silence are our ally here.
But she's also quite insane, because she's trying to hunt you down so you guys can have fun together, which is quite weird. But enough of that. The game has been developed by Pulsins Games. It's on Steam, and the Steam sale is currently on, so you might even be able to pick it up for a discount. Who knows? But let's get straight and show you some gameplay and what I mean by slow burning game. You're an engineer, not a soldier. Now that loading screen is important. And here we go. I think this is a very interesting area. It's the refinery. Now you'll see the interface is quite unique. The game runs the Unreal 3 engine, so it's pretty good. So if you look at the bottom left, you'll see I have a health bar, my pistol with 9 ammo in it and 5 to reload with. Above that is a little blackish grey square. That is your light meter. Now if it's black, it means I'm in total darkness. It lights up as I go near light. So I turn on my flashlight, you'll see, oh, they can see me. Now this game is all about stealth. You don't want to go running around shooting things, but let's show you what happens. Headshots are important. Anything else, not so much. As you can see, you wasted a lot of ammo trying to kill that guy. So you can run and gun. I wouldn't recommend it. The pistol and gunplay is not a prime part of the game. Not at all. And oh, they heard me. Yes, they can hear you. So you can't shoot them like this. I wouldn't recommend it. Ammo is extremely scarce and you want to keep onto it. But here's an information terminal, so you interact with that. And here's how the story develops in the game. You'll notice I have a little mouse cursor now. You can use that to scroll around. Very Doom 3-like. I really do like that. So my job here is to try and turn off this refinery, but I'm going to keep going, making as much noise as possible, because, oh, already been through here. Whoops-a-daisy, gone the wrong way. Bunch of people already knocked out. So let's open up the little map there. Not much going on. Now, besides the pistol, we have the little stun gun. The stun gun, which only really works if you hit someone in the back of the head. And not a very good way to do things. It doesn't really do anything else. Besides that, you do have a little hacking tool for opening doors. And you have a specialized hacking one for opening, you know, security systems and stuff like that, deactivating them. So, here's a section of a door. Clickety click. Oh no, I can't open it. I wonder why I can't remember how to open it. Here we go. Went the wrong way. Sorry about that. So there's the elevator. Now one thing to note is the graphics aren't super amazing. It's mediocre at best, but I don't think that's all that important. It actually fits the game really well. It's all about the atmosphere. The game's audio is fantastic and it does a really good job. Now I'm going to try and knock these guys out to show you what little sun gun does. Remember, it only works behind their heads. And yeah, the other guys can usually hear them. I'm lucky that it's totally dark in here and their visors are obscuring their vision. These guys have been affected by the plague, so they're not all in there, really. You can see they've kind of killed each other as well. Now these blue glowing objects are ones that you can pick up to make noise. Oh, there's a lot of light. A lot of light. See, this is why you don't really want to waste ammo shooting people. You want to use it on creating darkness, which is very, very important in this game. Now, it's not a run and gun game. If you try and do that, you're going to fail horribly, miserably. And as you can see, I'm kind of just crouch walking everywhere because you make a lot of noise otherwise. Now, the AI is not the greatest. Not at all. They can get some pathing issues here and there, and sometimes they forget to check around an area once you've been there. But it's not really much of an issue. Here's a little data palm for us.
2166, 1029, 0003 UTC. From their notes, medical is centering their efforts on eradicating the virus. That's not just one virus, it's dozens of infections, all combining and mutating and leeching off each other like some mashed heiress in a cell.
Very interesting. Now this is mostly how the game's story progresses. You find logs, audio logs, written logs, all of those good things, and the game expands from there. It's all really fun, really interesting, and it does recommend you explore. It makes you want to go and explore. As such, we're gonna go up to the old elevator here. Got my trusty old pistol. Now one misgiving I really didn't like about the game is the save system. You can't save. As you can see, there's just load last save, restart chapter. So to get to this point again after finishing, I had to replay quite a bit. And you can't save. It's all checkpoint based. Oh, and I just loaded. Not loaded, excuse me, I saved. Which, yeah, it's okay. But it means you do have to backtrack quite a bit sometimes if you die. Not too fun when that happens. But there's also not too much up here, is there? There's nothing here. Didn't go here the last time, that I recall. There we go. Making so much noise. Clickety clack. Now another thing that's really interesting is the game seems to be capped at 62 FPS, which is very strange. So we've got duct PDA. Yeah, that's the AI voice that's kind of trying to guide you around so that you can try and solve what's going on. Because you are a bit funky in respects. You've been slightly lobotomized to some extent by that crazy woman that's kind of messaging you and hunting you down a bit. Because she is quite insane. Quite insane. I don't know what's up with her, really. She just wants pure anarchy and destruction because she thinks that's so much fun. But we don't want that. We want to solve what's going on. Ooh, sneaky, sneaky. Yeah, and if you're close by, those buggers will hear the gunshots. So there's way too much light. So we're gonna try and lure him into the darkness. Now, if you're not too careful, that'll happen. And there's nothing you can do. You can try and run away, but that's really all you can do. So we're just gonna reload. Alright, so we're back up here in the bad area with very limited ammo because I wasted it all showing you what to do. But yeah, that's what I mean by backtracking with the save system. It's not ideal, really, but overall I've been really enjoying the game and the gameplay, which is odd. I'm a big scaredy cat. I don't like horror style games, but this isn't really a horror style game. It's not jump scary, loads of eerie, weird, crazy stuff jumping out at you and you have to try and run away and all that. No, you're on a mission. And your mission is to try and figure out what this plague is, what's caused it, where is it from, what could you possibly do to try and stop it, and just try and get out of this colony area alive. It's quite interesting and I really like that. And then there's this entire guy here, Gregory Hart, who has an entire army of mercenaries, which are quite unique. They are infected, they are slowly going insane, and they're very trigger happy and jumpy because they are not sure if they're imagining the weird things happening or if it's actually happening. So with one of those guys, this guy up ahead is completely infected. He's lost his mind. He's gone essentially. But with one of the mercenaries, if they're not too far gone, they will walk around, talk to themselves, trying to figure out what's going on. So if they see you suddenly run by in the dark, they'll hear you. They'll see a shadow. They'll go and look, and you won't be there. And they'll start messaging on the radio, going, "Guys, I need some help. I don't know if I saw something. What is going on?" So they don't really know themselves, and that's fascinating to me. It really is, because it makes you wonder what the hell is going on with them. Like Gregory Hart just said there, it's not a single infection. There are multiple ones, and they're really messing the people up. And where did this come from? Because apparently for a good while, nothing was found. But very Dead Space-like, they did find an alien type of artifact in the surface while mining, and they brought that up. But it didn't immediately start affecting things. It took 20-something years, 23 years, which is not good. So I've got some data. So let's run back all the way back. I'll skip ahead so we can go to that security door I couldn't open the last time. Oh, before I do that, as you see I'm standing in the light. You can see my little light meter in the bottom left flashing. You know, so I'm in light. That's all that means. Quite important. But these boots, which I have invisible legs, but yeah, they are boots, as you can hear. They are very, very loud. Now, ideally, you didn't go and shoot everyone here like I did, like a silly Billy. Instead, you knocked them out with a little pew 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 here, which would make it a lot harder to get back, but also means you do have all the ammo you need for when you need it, such as shooting out lights, which is crucial, really. Total darkness is your friend. You can see things a lot better than they can. There we go. And as we go deeper into the refinery. Now, like I said, the graphics aren't amazing, even by Unreal 3 standards. But as you can see, it's a very dark, eerie looking game. And the music is really the thing that ties it all together, along with the ambience. And I think it suits it really well. Really well. Now, we haven't heard the crazy lady yet. I love her voice. The voice actress for that person is just fantastic. And I just like it. There aren't any crazy alien things yet. Those weird infected people are just called anomalies because they are. They're just out of bounds from what a normal person would rationally do. Ooh, creepiness over the voice comms. Yeah, as you can see, it's the in-game music that adds the atmosphere and everything. It's not really the fact that the game is super jumpy, scary with monsters and stuff. It's just they did a really good job on the atmosphere, and I really enjoy it. The problem is you can't really go in too far on a Let's Play or even just a first impression video like this without spoiling stuff, because some dialogue can easily spoil things for entire chapter parts and everything. Ooh. Like that. That's some creepy ass stuff right there. But it's interesting creepy stuff. So, there's some guys up ahead, and the bad thing is I'm like right in the middle of the light. There we go. Now you do have to watch enemy patrols so you can see what they're doing. Otherwise you can't get behind them with a little stun gun and knock them out. And that means they will wreck you. They will completely wreck you. Oh, there's another one. So I'm going to try and just sneak around. It is preferred to just knock them all out. just get rid of them by whatever way possible for you. Otherwise, there are hell. Because I have to go through that entire big lighted area there to that door. And that's not possible full of these dudes. But if I don't knock one out perfectly, they will attack me. Like that. So, reload. Darkness is your friend. Avoid combat where possible. Thank you. Fancy loading screen. I know that. But I'm just gonna knock these guys out. Go a bit further ahead. Because I really don't want to spoil things. Like I said, I don't like scary games. I'm not a big fan of horror things. But I've been really enjoying this. Ha! You saw, heard nothing. Yeah, you don't want to stand up and walk behind them. As soon as you do, they'll hear a footstep, turn around and just mangle you. And you really don't want to waste ammo on them. You want to keep your ammo for later in the game. Not only for knocking out lights, but trust me, you just want to keep it for later on in the game. It's very, very important you do that. Remember, these aren't bad guys. They've just been infected by some craziness. Literally. Here's another save. Ooh. Some static on the radio again. Someone's trying to get through. Interesting that none of the really interesting characters have popped up here yet. Because I do like it when crazy hunter girl shows up on the voice comms. She's a blast. She's a bit creepy, not just a bit extremely, but she's a lot of fun. And folks, I'm gonna leave it right here. My first impressions of the game is it is really good. I love the atmosphere. It's slow paced. You can run and gun a bit, but I wouldn't recommend that. I love the way the story develops, and I do like the story. I would have preferred a bit of a better ending, but the developers did, you know, kind of hint that they would like to do a prequel adventure style game. What happens on the planet, you know, 20 years ago and stuff like that, before the events of Solarix. I would really enjoy that. I like the lore so far. I like a game with a good story. It's not amazingly amazing, but I do like it. And I think this scene right here in front of us, where you can see the fog, the mist, all the gases from the refinery, and the lighting, while not superb, suits the game along with the ambient sounds. I enjoy it. And well folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Al. Thanks for watching. And bye bye.
Let's go, move it.